Hello, this is Annalisa from Faith's Dream Create, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing part 2 with you from my craft room refresh series for 2022. So you are seeing the mess, the stuff in my craft room that needs to be wrangled. I needed a change. I needed to maximize the storage better. So you're going to see that I changed that cart and I move it over and switch the locations of the 4-cube calyx and the cart. And now I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. So I'm decluttering the 4-cube calyx. The main problem with my craft room is I'm working with a very small space, and I have decluttered a few things here and there, but I still needed to keep these current things in the space. So how do you maximize your space with keeping the current storage but adding to it in definitely a small space? So my craft room or craft area is right off of my dining room and a living room area. It's basically the wall at the very end of the room. It's separated by a baby gate and it's not a lot of space. So I needed to come up with a solution, and you're going to see what I end up doing as we go along. But first, I need to declutter this space, move some things around, and make way for the new pieces. So I'm taking off the IKEA spice racks here off the wall that held some cups with pens, and that is my illustrating Bible. And I was sad to see these shelves go because I really do love how they look over here. But I still do have the other shelves over here. And if you follow me over on Instagram at Faith2Create, you will find a link to that down below in the description box. You can see little updates in between as I share different pictures of the craft space that are coming together as well. And now I'm just taking these screws out of the wall. But yeah, keep sticking around with me, and you're going to find out how I get some more storage in this tiny space. So once these screws are out of the wall, I'm going to go ahead and just take down the few last pieces and scrub the walls a little bit with my all-purpose cleaner, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring in a magic eraser as well. There's a few marks here and there on the wall that had come over time or from the shelves or just, I don't know, they just needed to be cleaned. And the magic erasers are amazing. They get off most things, including crayon and scuff marks. So this is the area over here. I do end up keeping the slimline envelope die up there for now, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the signs down. So I have my Faith Dream Create words, and if you watched my craft room refresh with me part 1, you would have seen that I put that craft shelf on my desk. It was in my craft room way back when, but it was in my printer area, and I finally found a reason and a place to bring it back into my craft space. So it was hiding the words, so these words needed to be relocated. So I'm going to go ahead and take those down. And you see that rainbow? I picked that up at the thrift store. I believe it was a kid's slime kit before. The slime and the gadgets that came with it were inside, but I just really liked it when I saw it at the thrift store, and I thought it would be a fun piece. None of the slime or the stuff that came with it was in there. It was just the empty container. So I thought it would be a fun piece to pick up and put on top of my shelf, since the shelf that it is over has a lot of colors. It has my pops of color, it has my alcohol inks and my ink pads and a few other items that I use on a regular basis. So I thought it would be a fun way to bring in more of the colors. And yes, you will see that because of that piece I have a lot more of a rainbow theme going on in my craft room. So if you keep coming back, I have a few more refresh with me videos coming your way, and you will see that theme coming more. So just taking down that flower sign picture, and I'm going to relocate that to another place in my home, and taking down the heart banners, which have been up here for a while since I first got the space done up when I decorated for Valentine's Day in here. And then cleaning a few more spots on the wall, taking out some of the nails, and then I will go ahead and take down Oh, and I come back in with the magic eraser here because there was a few marks that were not coming off. I believe the black words left some scuff marks on. So then I take down the clock, relocate that in my home, and then I'm going to take down the last of the hearts, and then I will show you the blank space that I'm working with. So here is a blank space, and you will see really quickly what I end up doing. So this is the 4-cube calyx, how it was before I added any extra storage in. So what I ended up doing is adding another 4-cube calyx on top. I went with the white because I have a few white and oak pieces in my craft room, and then I put this shelf across that I had in my house already. It was a shelf that we had in our kids' book area, and then we changed the kids' book area. So I was holding on to these shelves to find a solution. So now I'm just going ahead and putting everything back in its home, finding spots for it. And I just love how this gave me so much more space. I have these diaper caddies that's what they're for, but I end up using them in my craft room to wrangle books that I'm currently using, some of my Bibles. I have one just for Bible journaling so that I can put what I need for Bible journaling and grab it and go, take it outside with me. If I want to craft outdoors, I can do that. I love them. They hold so much. And then I was able to put those clear caddies that I was telling you about at the beginning of the video in there. And I ended up moving the paper file holder up top so that it was easier to access. I store several different things in there, actually, mostly paper, and then my stamping platforms. And yeah, and then I will show you a picture at the end of what this looks like after. I did change a few things since I did that footage, brought some things in from another shelf that I was storing some of my scrapbooking stuff on, and now they're back in my craft room, which is super exciting. So I will show you an updated picture. I like to reorganize things when I'm not filming. It is pretty hard to get angles in the craft space sometimes. So here is a picture of it the day that I first got the shelf up, and then here's my husband getting the decor back up. So these are 2 canvases that my boys actually made with spray bottles and leftover old markers. I did a video on that a while ago. So we made those canvases, and I thought it would go with the rainbow theme. And then he's putting up the Make Each Day Your Masterpiece sign that I made a while back as well. It was over my TV area, but I thought it really worked with the rainbow and just bringing that rainbow flowing and just down into the shelf. And then he's putting up the words, and I had such a hard time figuring out the placement for these words. I really miss how they looked before with faith and dream, and then create, like faith, dream over, and then create underneath. But just in the space that we were working with, we couldn't do it. So they had to go completely underneath each other. And then faith is a little bit bigger. So it's growing on me, but I don't love the placement of it, but I'm not really sure what else to do. But yes, but I love these words and what they represent, and I love having them in our space. And I will go ahead and insert a picture of the shelf more closer up. You can kind of see what it looks like now. I have decluttered it a little bit since then, moved some things around, but yes, it is so helpful and amazing. So that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like today's video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I have more crafting videos coming your way, card making, Bible journaling, and more Craft Room Refresh videos. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.